Hey, Steve.
Hey, buddy. What we doing?
Wow, we're doing halfway decent, bud.
Yeah.
If you stuck around with us, we are looking at this gun here. Now, this doesn't look like a gun, does it, Steve?
Somebody give you a gun stock.
It's done stock. I was searching around in the closet and I found this, and my wife's like, you know, I'm like, oh, it's a gun, and my wife's like, it's a gun? I was like, it's a whole gun. So if you don't know, this is what's known as an AR-7. Now, people know the word AR. They know where that comes from. Have you ever heard of AR before? Like, you know, with the AR-15? Do you know what AR stands for?
It's, no.
So AR is an actual company. It's a short version for the company, Armalite Rifle. So it doesn't stand for assault rifle, it stands for Armalite Rifle. Well, the company Armalite made a few more things for the US government. We all know that they've made the AR-15, but they made also this little called AR-7. Now what this is a survival rifle. Steve, why don't you pull that buttstock off there, see what happens. Show the camera once you do. Yeah, you might have to pull the block. There you go. Show the camera what's in there. You go ahead and start pulling her out. What you got there? You got a barrel?
Got a barrel.
Got the barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Firing mechanism.
We have a clip.
Magazine. You can't say clip. Everybody gets all up in arms if you say clip.
They do?
Yeah. And then you put that back on there. I think it goes the other way. There you go. Yep. You just push that on there. Perfect. Now the whole thing of this is everything fits in the stock, because if this was part of a pilot's, and he was an airman, this is part of the pilot's emergency kit, and it was in their thing. And
Who made this thing?
It's made by Armalite, the company Armalite. Okay. Let me show y'all folks if you can see that.
So the AR is the company's name.
Yeah, okay. Armalite Rifle.
And they made the
AR-15 and the AR-7. So you see how it says Armalite or AR-7 Explorer. So how this works is everything's in that buttstock, like we said, and it's made. This buttstock will float, so it's made to do that. So I thought that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put this together on camera. You basically put this right here. You're going to twist this little thing. It's got a big old long screw in there. Once you do, you just twist it down. All right, and that's in there. You've got your barrel. I'll show you how that works. Steve's looking through it right now.
Need to clean a little bit.
Yeah, we'll clean it just a smidge, but we'll get that done here in just a little bit.
Got a
little notch right here, and we're gonna and you just turn that down. This charging handle pops out like such, and your magazine is like that. There you go, and then you got safe fire.
Can you set that bolt to use like a single shot?
Yeah, I think you can. I'm sure you can. It's a little semi-automatic.
When that pushes in, does that keep it from going back?
No, it doesn't keep it from going back. It's a little semi-automatic.
Okay.
But there you go. And we're about to find out how accurate it is, how it works, all that. Now again, this gun is a heirloom of mine. My father passed, and we found this, so we're going to go through it and we're going to see how this works. We're going to see if it cycles, does it need cleaning, all that stuff.
Does that have a adjustable in that?
May have a little bit of adjustable side.
See that?
It may adjust just a little bit. It's got a little screw here, but we're going to see. Like I said, we're going to see how accurate it is. Now this, go ahead, buddy.
What's the screw here?
I assume the screw here is where you could take off this plate and clean all this internals. So we'll have to go through it. But
have you done any research on where you, if a person wanted to get one of these, where you could get one?
Yeah, you could get the Henry Rifle Company, which you know what Henry is.
Yeah.
Henry Rifle Company makes a replica of this, their version of it, and it runs about a couple $100 new, about $200 to $300 new. Now the AR-7s, they also at Gunbroker, they're harder to find because they're the original Armalite ones. They run about $300 or $400 as well. But so if you wanted the original Armalite ones, you can get these. I've heard that the magazines between the Henry and the Armalite, they're not interchangeable. So if you've got a Henry version of this, you can't interchange the magazines with an Armalite version.
Could you get a longer one?
I don't know. That is a good question. I don't know. I think the whole goal is to keep everything in the stock. So it's not, you know, this is a, hey, the crap has hit the fan in your air.
I love that.
And
I mean,
this is what you got.
I love that.
But this is also, this is to fight with. See, this is everyone, you know, a lot of people will talk and say, oh, the 22's not this, or 22's not that. Well, by gosh, in the bad situation, they gave the airmen a 22 rifle, and that was their fighting gun too.
Exactly.
This is what they got. So if that's all you've got, and you know, let's say it ever gets bad, and all you've got's a 22, you are still a formidable force. So
those people don't understand, and of course you don't promote it.
Right.
But a 22, as we were talking that other one we haven't got out yet, but we've got that other one we did on Dad's 20 singles shot 22.
Yeah.
But the 22, it probably kill more deer.
Yes.
Or harvest more deer than any outside of 30-30.
Outside of 30-30, and the cool thing is speaking of 30-30, Dad left me a Marlin 30-30, and we'll have to play with that a little bit.
Dad left me a 30-30 Marlin.
So we're gonna bring those out and talk about that later, but we've got so much great content coming down the pipe. But stay with us. I'm gonna have Steve shoot this, and I'm gonna shoot this, and we're gonna see how accurate this platform is. Again, this is not the most stable platform or anything, but we're gonna see how formidable the AR-7 is. Stay with us, guys. All right, guys, so I'm gonna shoot Dad's AR-7 rifle, and we're gonna see how accurate it is. I've got a target down here, I've got a plate down here, I've got another camera looking at it. But again, this is just a little 22 rifle.
I believe about 25 yards.
About 20, yeah, thank you, Steve, about 25 yards. We're gonna go ahead and load it. It loads very, very nicely. And we're gonna see if how accurate it is. It might not be accurate at all, but we're about to find out. And it's got the safe and fire, so safe is back, and you just push that forward. All right. Did it eject? It might not have ejected. I don't think it did. So we're gonna, all right, I'm gonna pop another one in there. That ejected. All right, the first one didn't eject, but the last ones did. It ejected, after the first one, it ejected pretty good. Again, we haven't cleaned this rifle. We're just taking it out and firing it. So we've got the magazine here, and we'll put it on safe. And we're gonna see
what she does.
So let's see how she does with Steve. There you go.
How tight? How heavy tree?
Not terrible. Now it didn't like to eject that first one. And it did the same thing with me. Let's see if it ejects the second one. It malfunctioned there. We might need to clean it, and that's okay. I don't think it ejected that one either. It's not wanting to eject too well. There you go. Oh, there you go. It's got one in there now. It doesn't want to eject them all. That spring's heavy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't eject that one either. It has turned into a single shot. Alright, sorry about losing that footage, guys. This rifle actually shot very well when it came to accuracy. I was very pleased with it. You definitely could kill a squirrel if you had to, so not a bad rifle at all there. Did have some malfunctions, as you saw with Steve. Steve was having to pull it back every single time, so I believe it was just cleaning. Went ahead and run some cleaning solution through it, some oil, and it runs just fine now. So the cool thing, my final thoughts on this are, man, it's super cool as like a truck gun, something to keep in your car, because it's so easy to take down. So you just start unscrewing this and just taking everything apart. I like it because it is tactical enough to get to work, in my opinion. Like, yes, would I want to be fighting like tons of bad guys with this? No, I wouldn't. But would I be okay with sneaking up on one or two, popping them with this, and then stealing their gear? Yes, I think that is very feasible. And I think this is a great little survival gun, and so did the Air Force. Air Force thought it was too. This was what they shoved under the pilot's seats. So I think this is a cool little gun from Armalite. Again, the AR-7 doesn't look like much of a gun, but if you find one of these in your dad's closet, it's a pretty awesome day. Guys, for T-Man, this is T-Carp. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Please like, subscribe, share, do all the fun things. Again, this is T-Carp signing out.